What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show, Musicians Chop, where I'm chopping it up with Charlie O today. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Ah, good, man. Good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, man.
Good to be seen. It's also good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. This my brother, y'all. Um, he definitely opened up my mind to different sounds and how to tweak sounds. We did a recording together.
Oh
This
yeah,
my D. This
definitely.
my D. Yeah, that's my D right here. So tell people, man, what you doing now?
So right now, I'm actually working on my own project. I'm actually
Huh,
working on a vocal project, which is basically my stuff, and I'm working on an instrumental project. So
that's what's up.
I'm trying to get those two out, and let's just pretty much see how that goes. And
Yeah. He the man, y'all. Trust me. He the man. He the man. So man, take us a little bit through your journey, how you got started playing.
well, I started playing congos. I was
Oh
five.
wow.
At my home church, they allowed me to get up there on the stage and just be doing the congos. And by the time I got to be 8 years old, I started playing drums, but I was just playing kick and the hi hat at the time. And then, before you know, around about 13, man, I was a full blown drummer at the church. Um, I stopped there, and like it was crazy because when I started playing keyboard and organ and everything, I actually the Hammond organ took it caught my ear, man.
Yeah.
Um, and the very best musician ever to do it, man, was playing the organ, and that's my mentor Patrick Alston. Man, caught my ear, and I really wanted to know how to play. And so, like us as children, we just sit around and we watch and we soak stuff up and what have you. And they saw that I had, a nick for, playing keyboard or organ and stuff like that. So Patrick was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna take you under my wing and teach you some things." And before you know it, I was learning how to play at 13, learning music theory, the whole 9 yards. More so by ear, but I do know theory as well. But man, being under his tutelage for even until now, at my age now,
Yeah.
it's a blessing, man. But I started on drums, went straight from drums, keys to organ, and I think I'll say around 2000, I was doing it professionally as far as playing keys and organ. Um, and it was all there, all uphill from there, man.
Yeah. Cause I remember when I met you, man, you was humble as I don't know what. I was like, dude, you killing.
Oh
And
man,
I was like, come on, bro, come on. But I appreciate you for taking me under your wing, man, because I ain't know nothing. That was my first recording, man. I had no idea, man.
bro. The thing about um being a part of the music industry, and it goes for today as well. A lot of people don't practice it, but you gotta stay humble, man. It opens doors for you, but it not only opens doors for you, it opens relationships that last for a long time. We've been each other for the long, man, and I it's a great thing to be able to not just pour into your fellow musician friends, but to just have a like I said, a relationship where even if y'all not always together, when y'all get together, it's like y'all never left each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a great thing. And like I said, being humble is the best thing you can do in this industry because you already know, you've already seen what it looks like when people don't have that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I try the best I can to stay humble, like as always, because like I said, you never know who's watching you. You know what I'm saying? And you never know whose life you're changing. You can change lives when you're playing music. You know what I'm saying? When you're ministering, and I feel like we need to get back to that. And what I mean that is being humble and staying humble, and let God do the work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of musicians, man, they miss it, man. Like, explain the difference between studio work and playing in church. It's two totally different things.
It's two totally different things. Playing at church, I'll start with that first. Um, Now I'll say, as far as playing in church, it's a ministry. It's not. This is the hiccup. This is the issue that a lot of musicians have now. Um, they have this thing where they intertwine the business side and I'll say I can't even say production side because we do production and ministry, but I'll say the more business side of it. Um, they tried to intertwine both of them, and in ministry, even though there is business, there's the business side, and then you got the ministry side. But at the same time, you gotta be able to distinguish the two.
Mm-hmm.
Ministry is different. I mean, playing in church is different because you're ministering to people, and it's not about you. It's not about how much flashy chords you can play,
Mm-hmm.
how skillful you are, and it's just not about that. It's about ministering to people and basically giving God His glory.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's not just about that. It's a lot of other things that entail. It's basically like you breaking strong yokes. People dealing with stuff they coming in. They got all types of stuff that they come in with, and you have to be that Levite to you know minister where they are. You
Mm-hmm.
know where their needs are. You got to meet that through music. Um, we as musicians have to tap into that place where we understand that when we play music, when we're executing the music, it's not just about just that, but it's tapping into the atmosphere where God wants us to be at the time and flowing into what He's doing in the service at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And also knowing where the people are, because when and it goes to also having a spiritual discernment. You got to discern what's going on in the service and what's going on with people in the service. So long story short, church, that's different because like I said, it's ministry and all that entails with that. um Doing production is you got the business part, then but you also got this thing where it's not like you're now focused on making sure that music is right. You getting it down, you doing track after track after track. You editing, you cutting, you doing this, that, and the other. You making sure that like I said, the product of the music comes out well, but it's also a thing of you know even in the studio, I've noticed sometimes going into like major studios where if you got like a choir or ensemble, man, like dude, they having worship service in the studios,
Yeah.
but they're prepared. They already have everything laid out. They already know what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it, the timing, the whole 9 yards. Everything has to be on point when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to production work.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Right. Right. Um.
Church, you got to do the little same thing, but it's more about flow. Because
Yeah.
sometimes in church, it's tough shift. So you got to be able to shift. You got to go with the flow. You got to go with where the spirit is leading.
Right.
In the studio, nah, man, it's like you got to get this done, get that done, and
Right.
then depending on how much you get, you got to pay the producer or the engineer by the hour. You
Mm-hmm.
got stuff is right.
Right. And a lot of musicians, man, they have step, man. They go in asking for all this money, but what are you giving people for this money? You know, you can't ask people for a whole lot of money, but you're not doing your homework.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You
And
know,
those are the similarities as far as church and playing in the studio. You know, you got to put in the work, man. And if you know, if you trying to get that top dollar, you gotta have a top dollar, mentality and top dollar, skill. But if you don't have that, that mentality, even in church, you can't expect to, get a certain amount of money, and you don't, you're not capable of handling the position that they give you. You
mm-hmm.
know, whether it be musician, whether it be MD, whether it be minister of music, whether it doesn't matter. You have to fulfill your role, and if you don't fulfill the role, well, you're not worth, getting the money that they give you.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the church you playing at right now, Carter Memorial. How you like it over there, man?
Carter Memorial, Church of Baltimore, Church of God in Christ. Hey,
Yes, sir.
everybody watching this, if you watch this, I'm giving y'all a shout out. Carter Memorial is definitely the place to be, a place to grow through worship and the word. Um, every Sunday, God meets us there. Um, the music is tight.
Mm-hmm.
The word is definitely tight. Bishop Pierce is one of the best preachers. I know, and notice I said one of the best because we got a lot out there, but he's my favorite. So
Shout out to Pastor Pitt,
shout
Bishop,
out to Carl and
Bishop.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Carter, definitely a place where they teach you about the word. Um, they they give you a source of strength when you walk in the doors, and they had so many resources available for people in the church as well as out of church doors, the outside the church walls. Matter of fact, this coming, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if it. Matter of fact, today they had a community thing going on down there today.
Oh, okay.
And they was pretty much reaching out to the community, letting them know that we're here and we're trying to we can do whatever we need to do, provide for y'all, whatever resources y'all need, whether it be spiritual resources or whether it be physical resources or kind of material things that you need, just the whole 9 yards, man. We try to reach out to the people to let them know that we're not just a church just sitting on the corner,
Mm-hmm.
but church, we're a part of the community. You know, everybody feel that our church welcoming doors. Because sometimes especially for people that us about you, don't know nothing about God, and they walk in and they feel a sense of like, oh no, I don't think I should be here. Now Carter is definitely different. We try to extend our arms open, to let them know, man. I don't care what you look like, I don't care what you smell like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you got on. You can come on in, and receive what God has for you, whatever that is. So
Mm-hmm.
Carter is definitely a place to come, and I'm gonna put this out there too. Shout out, look, if y'all need a church to come to, come to Carter Memorial. Our services start at 10 a.m. We are located 13 South Poppleton Street, Baltimore, Maryland. It'll be right in the section of intersection of the Biopark, University of Maryland. Come on by. You will definitely be blessed, and you won't definitely leave the way you came.
Yes, sir. Go through that. I'm telling you, go, y'all. Go. All right, tomorrow. Go. All right. Get
Now,
to somebody church.
but listen, unfortunately, I will not be there because I am on vacation. So,
Hey,
but still, it doesn't matter. When you go in there, man, you're gonna feel the presence of the Lord.
yeah. See, this is brothership right here because this man on vacation, he took time off his schedule. So thank you, man. I appreciate it,
All right,
man.
do it for my brother, man, for real.
Yes, sir. Now let's talk about this crazy Karen Clark clip, man.
Oh Lord, man.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, man, yeah.
Well, I'll say, man, 2 years ago we had the privilege of having her at the church, but we had her at the church before. She came to preach, and we kind of like gelled then. As far as just the chemistry that was there. Um, and then, but when she came back, she came back she did a little mini concert. Um, Right. We was doing I think the song was the the heavens are telling.
Okay.
Almighty God we serve. Um she went to that, and then we got to the vamp of that. We in F sharp, we just kind of like looping that little last part.
Yeah.
And she started doing, her current stuff. She was doing
Yeah.
the stuff. She was doing the echo. She was, giving it. Everybody was just, it was crazy. Me, I'm not, I ain't paying and I'm not paying too much into it. I'm playing, I'm trying to back up, what have you.
Right.
My guys, shout out to Kevin Younger.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marcus Lee.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to who else was on that? Um, oh my God. Anyway, shout out to my guys. Everybody know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, man, we was just playing that part. We was just looping and looping and looping. Now she told me, afterwards, and I didn't know, but she told me afterwards. She said normally if she walks over to the guy that's playing keyboard, that means she's feeling the vibe and she's connecting.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention to that, man, because I'm really trying to stay on her, stay on top of her. You know what I'm saying? I'm sweating cats and bullets because I'm like, I'm playing for Karen Clark Sheard. I'm she could have sung by herself. So she stopped in the middle and she was like, she felt like scatting. I said, uh-oh. I was like, oh man. So I started scatting. And about it was like when we did it, it wasn't a rehearsed thing. It wasn't like something that we went over.
Right.
So we started scatting. We was just playing around for a second. And then after that, it was like she started it was like an echo response type thing. I had to follow what she was doing. So she started did it. I was like, all right, I'll try to follow as best I can.
Man.
And it was all she wrote. Dude, when I say I was terrified, I was terrified. It was crazy.
Man, I would have been too, man. That's Karen Clark, man. Man, shout out.
You're talking about a legend. You're talking about somebody that's been doing it for the longest. They know they are musicians themselves. Karen Clark Sheard is a musician herself. You know what I'm saying? And she's been, like I said, she's been doing it for a long time. So you could imagine, for a person like me, of course, I've been doing this, a good minute too, but at the same time, not as long as she has and not as good as she has. So it's like, oh, Karen Clark, you really trying to do this? And she talked to me in the back, and she basically was telling me, I did an excellent job, and like I said, she told me before, basically, how she connects with musicians, and that was her way of, one of the ways of connecting. And I told her, man, I was so honored. And I'll say about a year later, maybe, I was playing. Oh, another shout out, Eric Scott, man. I was to play for him at somebody's banquet, and she was there. And she did a set there, and just so happened she did it again. That was crazy, man. So I think I also think about, again, we just said about being humble, and also it's about being able to connect with people in music. Being able to flow with them, and know that it's at a certain point it's not about you. It's about the connection. It's about making making music happen and making it live and making it special, making the moment special. Because those moments for me, and I said it before, those were like one of the best moments of my life. Because the thing about it is, I don't consider myself, and let me say this, I don't consider myself to be the best musician, and you know what I'm saying. But when I do give my all,
Yeah.
when so when people see me, I don't have to toot my own horn. People can do that. We're not supposed to boast anyway. He said, "Let what Scripture says, let another man boast about you. Let another man talk about you. Give you the accolades and this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So I never, never try to toot my own horn, because I know that every day for me, it's a learning experience. I'm always learning something. I'm always trying to get better. I haven't arrived, and I don't know if I ever will arrive. But I know one thing, that you know, as long as God give me breath in my body to, see another day, that'll be another opportunity for me to say, look, I need to perfect my craft and be better than what I was yesterday.
So what's next for you, man?
Well, again, I'm working on my projects. Of course, I'll say what's me is this. I actually want to be an international artist. That's the next. And um, I I'm in the process of, actually, I want to start my own production company. I mean, I want to do the whole, my own studio, having clientele, and just and in so many ways serving others, trying to help people to, get to the top. You know what I mean? And to the top without, I'll say, compromising and selling myself short, but not only selling myself short, but allowing them to sell themselves short.
Yeah.
I want people to be in a place where when they come to my company, they feel that they can get everything that they need, without even without, paying that major mighty tax dollar that a lot of, producers charge. And now, I'm not saying this, don't get me wrong, a lot, they, to each his own. But it gotta be a balance where, uh, what about the little people trying to get out there and trying to do that thing? They don't really have that much money to do it. So is I have the skill. God, thank you for the skill. So, and if you want, that 5-star sound, I would be able to provide it, but provide it at a lower cost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, my thing is, I'm not gonna let nobody sell me short.
Right.
Today, I'm one person, whereas though, if you don't have it, we still can work it out.
Right. Where do you think music is today?
It depends on what you mean. You talking about gospel music?
Music as a whole.
Music as a whole, I feel like we've come to a total complete cult in music. I feel like music today, and I really more so can only speak about gospel music. I mean, I love all types of music. I love all types of music, and I listen to all types of music. But my main genre is gospel. And I would basically say, as far as gospel, I feel like we've compromised. I feel like we've gotten to a place where, as though we don't even have our own sound anymore. We've lost our identity when it comes to our own sound. Sound pretty much like everybody else. We sound like what the seasoned folk used to say. We sound like the world. We have no distinctive sound.
It's no separation.
No separation, because we've compromised. We've gotten to a place where, as though we got to sound like this to get the attention of the people, to get people saved. And in actuality, nobody's getting saved because everybody's sounding like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening is now, the natural minded man on the outside basically saying, well, if they sound like that, what's the point of me even going to the church walls
Right.
and doing anything concerning church or doing anything concerning God or doing anything pertaining to that?
Mm-hmm.
What if there is no point because everybody sounds the same? So I feel like we really need to get our identity back, and we really need to get our sound back. And once we get our sound back, people will start to really listen again, and people will start paying attention to the church again. You understand what I'm saying? So, when we get back to that point, I think we'll be fine. And I also think that, those that understand what I'm talking about, we gotta step up our game and standing on the front line and basically admonishing people or challenging people, I'll say, to to make that change. And it's necessary because our world is dying, like
Yeah.
literally dying, and we talking about all these diseases is going on, the whole pandemic thing. We got all this stuff going on, and I hope people will really pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
That all plays into what the church lack thereof.
Yep. Yep. I mean, man, like it starts within the church. The church has, I'm not gonna say the church, but people in the church have hurt musicians, have done musicians wrong. And that's why this generation, man, they just messed up because they've been done poorly,
Mm,
you know. That's another topic in itself.
yeah,
Um, but we gotta get back to real relationship first.
absolutely,
You
absolutely.
know, that gotta happen before anything change.
Well, and the thing also about that whole notion, and not going to jump into it as far as the musician hurting the church,
Mm-hmm.
but I also feel like, just like you said, it's also a thing of relationship. If your relationship is intact, you'll never have to worry about church hurt.
Never.
As a musician, as me being a musician and being in this thing for years,
Mm-hmm.
I've dealt with church hurt, but it never made me compromise, or it never made me turn away, or made me feel ill will towards the church, because church is going to be the church.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about, and let me say this: everybody in the church is not saints.
Say it again, y'all.
You gotta know the difference. So who you dealing with? Everybody is not a saint. You got a lot of people that are church folk. That's all they are. They come into church and that's it. But
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody have, I'll put it to you this way: we all sin and come short of the glory of God. Nobody is perfect. Nobody hands are completely clean.
Mm-hmm.
If we do exactly what the Bible tells us to do, to try to touch not the unclean thing, and put our bodies under subjection, and basically beat our bodies daily, and basically living righteous before Him. Those things, as far as church hurt and this, that, and the other, it wouldn't matter to us, because our focus is so much more on trying to please God than dealing with what's going on with church folk in the church. You know what I'm saying? Um, and we got to get past this whole church hurt thing, because you still got a life to live. And if
Yeah.
you what happened 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, you know, you'll never grow. You'll never be able to, get past, that hurdle, if you always putting it in the forefront. You'll
Mm-hmm.
never be able to progress if that's always at the forefront of your mind. Well, such and such did this to me, or they said such and such to me. Well, you gotta learn tough skills, because if don't have nobody saying something about you or doing something tough, you have to grow and you have to get to the next level, because that's what's going to happen. Each time you go to another level, it's going to be the same thing. It'll probably be a little more harder. So if you don't learn your lesson at the very beginning, or that very stage that you won't be able to go to the next level.
Yep.
I'm talking about I ain't talking about church folk now. I'm talking about musicians dealing with what they did. No, brush it off and keep moving. Because at the day, it's not about that. It's about you giving God the glory. It's about Him.
Yep. So, man, tell the people how they can reach you.
You can reach me. I'm on Facebook, Charles Oglesby. I'm also on Instagram. It's just Charles Oglesby. You can hit me on my email address is coglesby99@gmail.com. Again, that's coglesby99@gmail.com. You can hit me there, man, and just check me out more so on Facebook and Instagram. Y'all can check me out on that. I got a lot of stuff going on there. I try to send out inspirational messages. I put out my little videos and stuff like that. I'm actually working on putting my own website out there, so be looking for it. It's coming soon. Y'all, when it comes, y'all check it out. Get up on there. It's gonna be a lot of stuff, a lot of resources for everybody to kind of get in, dig in. People need tracks. That's gonna be there. People need. It's going to be just a variety of things that they can have from my website. So when it comes, y'all, please check it out. All right.
I want everybody to support my boy, my brother. This my friend, y'all. Support him. This man going places. I'm telling you, this a good guy right here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Till next time, we out.